Southern Vangard Radio, this is DJ John Doe, and to the left of me is my man.
Woo! Woo, woo! Survived the holidays, Chino. Back at Southern Vanguard HQ. I'm so thankful right now. I'm drinking a cold beer and I'm looking at a glass of that brown.
Yeah, man, a tall glass of that brown, too.
Oh, man, thank you. Thank you.
Well, let's see. What Christmas is done, so I'll say Happy New Year to you, my brother.
In the can, yo. Yeah, Happy New Year, man. For real. It's so good to see you, man.
Oh, man.
And I'm glad to hear you had a light one this year.
I mean, as light as it could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good, man.
Yeah, we made it. We made it, man.
That's what's up.
If I can just get my kids.
I know how you love these holidays, my brother. I know how you be just waiting on this time of year, man. I know it. You
like the support chat room that I started on Christmas Eve.
Hey, man, I just tried to chip in where I could, man, and let it be known how I felt about the motherfucking holidays, because yeah.
Well, the best is when you drop the slaughtered pig picture.
Oh yeah. Happy holidays to everyone, man. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Hog. If you follow me on IG, you'll see
Lord.
My neighborhood store that I basically grew up in Memphis. They had everything, and I do mean everything.
That's where that flick's from?
Yeah, man.
That's it.
That was right there. Shouts out to the Snappy Sacker.
Snappy Sacker.
Memphis, Tennessee represent.
What'd you get into in Memphis, man?
Man, not a whole lot.
Okay.
I ate some barbecue.
Yeah. All right.
Saw my brother's new whip.
Jay Rizzy?
Yeah, he in the Mercedes S550.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Let me take it for a spin.
J Rock.
Yeah, he doing it.
All right, good for him.
Sitting on the 19-inch Pirellis. You know how we do it. So that was cool. Got to see my niece. One of my nieces didn't make it. Her car was acting up on her.
Okay.
Yeah, she ended up staying up in Murfreesboro.
Oh, did she? Okay.
But yeah, I had a real humbling experience, and I was thankful for that. I got to spend the day after Christmas with my grandson over at St. Jude's Research Center.
Oh, you told me about that.
Yeah, he gets a blood transfusion every month,
Mm-hmm.
and they had scheduled him for the 26th. So his great grandmother was taking him, but I asked my daughter if I could go by there and be with him too. So she told me yes. So I went over there, hung out with him. We was there from like 8 a.m. to like 4:30 p.m.
And you had not done that before?
I had not done that before. Yeah. I know he's going through that regimen, but you know, I got to see it up close and personal. Right. So a bit of an attitude adjustment for your boy, man.
Yeah, right.
I have no complaints about anything.
Yeah.
And I needed to see that. So I'm thankful for that.
Yeah.
And he's doing well.
Good, man. I'm glad to hear.
Good.
All right, good.
Yeah.
All right, man. But other than that, everything's great.
Yeah, everything
back
was
in
cool,
the A,
man. Back in the A. You know, trying to savor these last few days of no work I got, but they won't let me live, man. Apparently the building flooded Friday.
Like every building in Atlanta right now. Good.
Especially over 100-year-old buildings in Atlanta.
Yeah, right.
But I didn't need to come in for that.
All right.
And I've been getting hit up from our security company about them losing contact with our control panel. Ain't nothing I can do about that either. So
why is that? Because it's flooded?
I don't know, dude. Dude, all I know is I don't go back to work until fucking Thursday.
There you go.
Leave me the fuck alone.
All right.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Please leave me alone. I'm trying to take all this shit in, man.
PTO, goddammit. PTO.
Dude, I've been sleeping under the mattress, man. You know what I'm talking about? Like between the box spring and the mat. I've been in that motherfucker, man.
That's beautiful. That is beautiful.
Whew. But anyway,
right, man. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Well, listen, but by the time this interview session here drops,
it's gonna be 2000 and grind team.
2000 and grind team. 2019. So happy New Year to you, motherfuckers! If this is the first time, if this is the first time you're tuning in, this is Southern Vangard Radio. We drop twice a week. Generally speaking, we drop twice a week, as long as the interviewee shows up, and as long as some life shit doesn't get in the way with myself and Meeks over here. But this is the first time you're listening. Welcome. Make sure you join. The fun every week. You can hit us up on or follow us on SoundCloud, Mixcloud, Stitcher Radio, Apple Podcasts. We're on Google Podcasts and Spotify Podcasts now. Yes. And then there are a number of other affiliates that you can catch us out to as well.
Yes, atlhiphop.com, return to BoomBap Radio, WRBB. I am classicrawradio.net, and Soul Public Radio out on the West Coast. Also, X Squad Radio, X Squad affiliates. Word. Yeah.
No doubt.
4 of those in Atlanta, 1 on the West Coast.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we everywhere, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So make sure you follow us at Southern Vangard everywhere. You'll leave the U out of Vangard. We spelled it a little funny, but you can hit us on all the social media platforms and all the podcast platforms, all that good shit. All right, so here we go. First interview session of 2019. This gentleman.
Wow.
I would say... you could say he put his foot in 2018.
Yeah, he did.
And he even capped it off.
Yeah,
like with just a few days left.
Yeah.
Dropped the fucking burner on us.
No doubt.
So, and actually this guy is probably, part of one of my personal favorite songs of 2018. Wickedest Thing. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Rome Streetz.
Rome Streetz.
Yo, what's good?
What's happening, man?
Chilling, man. Kicking it.
Good to be talking to you, man. You like a regular on the show, man. We played quite a bit. Quite a few joints.
I appreciate you guys.
Yeah,
man. For real,
no doubt. No, good to be talking to you, man, for real.
Yeah, so Rome, I've been chatting with, I guess, kind of your partner in crime on Instagram, Sean. So for real quick, I just want to say, peace to him. And, thanks to him for making this connect happen, making this interview happen.
Yeah, man, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Putting in a lot of work this year.
Yes,
sir.
Yes,
sir. Like next year's looking even larger. You know what I'm saying?
What's up.
I just wanted this year to be like, it's a lot of new people being introduced to me. So it's like, I wanted to make sure that people know who the fuck I am. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I had to put my foot in the game real quick.
No,
I'm still getting my foot in, but I just had to drop some bombs this year.
Okay.
But it was great. I enjoyed this year.
Good. Ron, what keeps you motivated, man? What keeps you moving and grooving like that?
It's a good question. Just the fact that I know that, like, I would say the fans keep me motivated. Because, the feedback that I get and just, like, the reaction that I get from people, you know what I'm saying? That just motivates me to do more. And it's like, sometimes my peers motivate me, too. Just like, listening to shit that other niggas is doing. It's like, okay. About to go in.
Right.
Okay? So it's like, and this is something that I always wanted to do, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like as a rapper, like, when you really spit and shit, like, before you think about, I want money, you just want the respect. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want the fucking recognition from, like, people that you respect.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, just for the simple fact that, some artists that, before I even met them, you know what I'm saying, I was a fan of their music. And then for me to, like, meet them and shit, and they giving me props, like, I fuck with what you're doing. That's more motivation to keep it going. You know what I'm saying?
That's big time.
And plus,
right there.
like, I still got a lot more to say. Trust me. It's not over.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Cool.
I still got a lot more to say. So that's motivation, really.
Cool, man.
That's what motivates it.
So Rome,
hearing the shit, like, if I make a song, it's like, once I listen to it back, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that just puts fire behind me to keep going.
Dope.
So, Rome, I think I can speak for both of us, for myself and Meeks, that we weren't really aware of you until this year. So, you know, for those that don't know, including us, like, what's your story, man? Like, why? I know you've been, you know, making music for a number of years. I went back and, you know, kind of did the history. And it looks like some of your earlier stuff was 2014-ish, 2015. At least that's all the internet could tell me. But I mean, what's your story, man? Like, how'd you find yourself in the middle of this music shit like this?
I could say I've always been like fucking with the music for a while. I'm saying, like, I've always been a fan of rap since a kid, and then you know, like, I just been living life, man, going through a lot of shit, and then just writing down my experiences. So it's like, yeah, I've been recording and rapping for years, since like the early 2000s, but I just really started to drop music, you know what I'm saying, like the last couple of years.
Gotcha.
My story is basically, you know, I'm from New York. I'm from New York City, Queens, Brooklyn, Long Island, like the whole city, really. So it's like I just been going through regular shit, man, regular shit that somebody coming up in the hood would go through, you know what I'm saying? And it just motivated me to just create music. I would say, like, the shit that kind of got me on the radar, I would say, like, because, you know, like, there's levels to this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could just be somebody who's always making music and then people in your neighborhood know you. But then it's like for you to get mad recognition all across the board, people all around the world is listening to you. I feel like what got me there was just, like, collaborations, like, collabing with different producers who, like, have a name in this shit, you know what I'm saying? Who else? I met Camouflage Monk, and then we did a song or whatever, and that shit kind of opened more people up to me, you know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Twitter is like, that's some shit that's like pushing everything kind of far too, you know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Fucking, what else? Yeah, just meeting people, just rubbing shoulders with people, collabing. You know what I'm saying? Just putting it out there. That's kind of what got me to this point, and just making dope shit. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Oh.
So did you have you know, family members that were into music, like a brother or a sister or a mom or dad or uncle or anything like that? Okay.
Out of my whole family, I'm the only one that really do music like how I do. You know what I'm saying? I just known like a bunch of different people.
Gotcha.
Like my friend, like, all right, my cousins, my older cousins, they're always into hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like, just playing shit. So as a kid, I always was around rap. You get what I'm saying? Like, my older cousins always been listening to shit. So even when I wasn't supposed to be listening to certain shit, I was hearing it. So it's like I always was just like fascinated by hip hop since a kid. I've been like I first started rapping just like freestyling. Like before I even wrote a rhyme, like I was probably just like freestyling for like 2 years with one of my best friends and shit. The shit that got me into writing raps was remember I was in school and shit, and I seen these kids in my class. They was in the lunchroom and they was like battling each other. And I was like, oh shit, I didn't even know y'all did this. So then it was like, all right. But then I heard them and I'm like, yo, like y'all ain't even good. Like y'all niggas are trash. Like if y'all can do it, I can do it. So they was like, yeah, cause you know, like I'm a hip hop head, so I'm like really into lyrics. So they was saying shit that I heard other rappers say. I'm like, oh, y'all stealing bars? All right, I can do this shit. So I just went home. Like, I never even knew that I could write raps until, like, that day. So I just started, and, you know, like, it was just something that always just stuck with me. I was always writing raps, you know what I'm saying?
Nice.
So that's what it was, really.
So when did you crash the party? When did you crash that party and shut them down, Rome?
Oh, the next day.
Came back ready.
I was like, oh, what? I got some shit. The next day, bro. Trust me.
Shut it down. Day. That's what's up.
Like, you know what's crazy? It kind of came easy for me because I always like knew the words to rhymes. I mean, the words to songs. Like even before I even started rapping or all of that, like I was always like well versed in just the best type of music. You get what I'm saying? So it's like if I wanted to rap, it's like, all right, this is how I want to sound. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew like all the Wu-Tang shit, all the Biggie shit, all the Jay-Z shit, all the Nas shit. That's like really what I was into. You know what I'm saying? All that like dope, ill lyrics. So it's like, all right, I kind of already had an idea how I wanted to come across. You know what I'm saying? So once I actually started writing raps, like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like no primitive whack shit. Like, it felt like I had this in me for mad long. I just had to let it out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, a lot of people say it, but like, the first time I ever wrote a rap, like, I always was dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I've been dope since like the beginning of this shit, since I started. I just, you know what I mean? I get better, but I always, like the first rap I ever spit was like the illest shit people heard in my school. So
you're a real rapper, Rome. I'm gonna tell you, man. You've been fucking with your own shit since day one. That's real rap shit,
you're
right?
Real rapper from like, New York,
right? No doubt.
Because you know, like New York is hip hop. Like,
Word,
you know what I'm saying? Like this is where it all came from. Like, you get what I'm saying? It's like it's everywhere. Like we used to go to fucking 42nd Street, and then it was like. Before New York was like mad gentrified like it is now, like we used to go like to the city and it's like you couldn't even like walk 5 blocks without seeing like a group of people rapping. Like it was everywhere. Right. Like literally it's everywhere. Like when that battle rap shit was out, like competition was fierce. You get what I'm saying? Like there's really nowhere you could go where you wouldn't see people rapping. It's like, it's always a challenge. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, all right. It's just in the back of my mind, I always had to be sharp because I first started out battling. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I first started out, like my whole introduction to writing rhymes is, all right, I'm better than y'all. That's what it was. You know what I'm saying? So I always had that. I didn't really start writing songs for like a while though, like a couple years. But you know what I'm saying? I just used to write bars to just spit in school.
Yeah. Well, thankfully, you figured out the transition because a lot of people can rap, but they can't make songs, right?
Yeah, hell yeah. Because it's like the older I got, the more things I experienced. You know what I'm saying? Like, the more things I experienced, the more things I went through. So it's like I put different shit into my music. It's not just like, all right, just trying to like impress you with ill words. Like I'm actually like talking about some shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's what kind of just made me go into that.
Dope.
So what made you think you can make a go with this shit, man, as far as like actually making music? Did something in particular happen, or was it a particular joint, or like what made you go, this is good, I think this is going to work. Like I got to put in some work here.
Well, I always been doing this shit since I was like a kid. Cause all right, put it like this. Like, I was probably like 14. Like I was getting into trouble and shit. So my mom sent me to live with my aunt in London. Feel me?
Okay.
So she sent me over there when I was a kid, you know what I'm saying, a teenager. And then like there's people in my school who rap, but then it was like, oh, I'm from New York. Like once I started rapping, everybody over there was like, oh shit, like he's like the best. You get what I'm saying? Like so that and like my cousin, one of his friends was like a producer and he had a studio. That's where I like first went to the studio. I was probably like 15. My cousin introduced me to his homeboy who was a producer. So I just started recording shit. You know what I'm saying?
This is over in the UK?
Recording shit. Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay.
Just started recording mad shit. And then I just always liked it. You know what I'm saying? I always just liked to make songs and hear my shit like back and just, you know, listening to it. And my cousin would take me to mad different places and introduce me to people and it would just keep going from there. You know what I'm saying? I had like a couple of friends in my school who rap too, so we had a crew. But it was like over there, rap is like a big thing too. But then no one could really rap the way I was rapping. So it was like we just go to mad different places. It's like yo, rap, and then I would just like always be like mad dope with shit. So that's what just kept me going. And then when I came back to New York, none of my friends really rap. But it was like the whole battle scene was like real crazy. You know what I'm saying? So then I went back into it, but then it was just like, I don't know. Once the Smack DVD era and like all that like you know, like rappers making their own mixtapes and shit. Once it started hitting, that's really like started going in with the shit.
Right.
But,
yo, so Ron, how long was you over in the UK? And did you pick up anything other than, you know, you were definitely honing your skills in studio?
I was over there like on and off because like I went to school there, but then like for like 3 years, but I will always come back like during like the vacations or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like I was over there, but I was back and forth. You get what I'm saying? I was always in New York, but then I was there when I had to go to school. But when school was out, I was back in New York.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
did you pick up? I
had different. All right, like one thing I did pick up from being over there is like they rap faster. Like you see how not everybody raps fast now. Like they've been doing that shit for a while. You get what I'm saying? So it's like I kind of picked that up. You get what I'm saying? It was like flows are like a real big thing over there. You get what I'm saying? So it's like sometimes like rappers over here, like they have ill bars, but they don't have dope flows. You get what I'm saying? They don't really flow dope. So it's like just the sensibilities of having an ill ass flow plus dope ass rhymes. That's what I picked that up from over there. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like one of my friends, he's like one of the biggest fucking rappers in London right now. You get what I'm saying?
Who is
this kid named Cass is Dead. If you look him up, like he's dope as fuck. You get what I'm saying? He lives in London, but he's like fucking MF Doom from London. You get what I'm saying? Even though MF Doom is from London, like originally, but like he's like the fucking MF Doom. Like he has a cult type shit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Right. He wears a mask. All that. I remember even this nigga, I don't know if you ever heard of this rapper named Skepta.
Yes.
Yeah. I remember Skepta from back then too. He wasn't even rapping when I first met him. Like his brother used to rap. You know what I'm saying? He was just making beats. And then he just kind of blew up out of nowhere too. But like,
gotcha.
I know I used to run with like all of them and shit.
Okay,
so
gotcha.
That was a cool thing.
That's an ill experience to have, man.
Hell yeah, especially at such a young age, man. What you prefer? I think I know the question to this already. But if you had your choice by today's standards, would you prefer to be in New York where you are now, or could you see yourself in the UK?
Hell yeah, I love New York. It's like I liked over there too. You know, it's crazy. Like the whole time I was over there, I missed New York. But then it was more fun over there because of how far I was getting with music, like the experience. Because when I came back, I never had like no studio to go to and shit. Like over there, I had a studio to go to. You know what I'm saying? I was just recording, just like figuring shit out. When I came back to New York, I was just like in the street rapping on the corner and shit. So it's like that was a dope thing over there that I didn't have when I was in New York. So like that experience made me like being over there. Because when I first went, I didn't really like it. You know what I'm saying? But it was cool because the weed was better. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's what like kind of made me like that shit. Like, because they had way better weed over there. Like, my cousin picked me up, and like she just had like and I had just started smoking weed. But when I was in New York, like they just had a bunch of shit weed. Like it wasn't like Haze or Kush or none of that shit. Like we smoking fucking Reggie, Arizona and shit. When I went over there, that's when I really like seen all the crazy different types of weed. So that plus the music, that's what made me like it. Okay. But then my aunt sent me back to New York, and I was kind of mad. Like, damn, just when I really, really started to enjoy that London shit, came back to New York. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. And then, like, you know, I got into there's a couple setbacks that happened once I came back to New York. Because all my friends were still doing wild, crazy shit, and I got caught up with that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But then it's like, all right, one great thing that happened was this. I did Coast to Coast. I don't know if you ever heard of shit called Coast to Coast. It's like the showcase. Like one of my friends signed me up for that shit. Yeah. And I won.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? I won it. So it was like, oh shit. You get what I'm saying? That shit kind of fueled me. After that, I was like, all right. I just started doing a bunch of showcases. I started winning a lot of them shit. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to take this shit serious. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I started meeting a bunch of different people. And that's what it was.
That's
You know
dope, man. That's real dope, man.
I went to South by Southwest, and that was dope too. You know what I'm saying? But it was like back then, it was like music was changing. You feel me? Like the way I rap now, like I always rap like this, but then it's like the mainstream, that shit like disappeared. Everybody was making like trap music. Everybody was singing auto-tune shit. So it's like, you know, you try your hand in that, but then like I'm like, yo, this ain't really what the fuck I like to do. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
That's not really my shit. Like I can make music like that, but it's like that's not really authentic to where I'm from. So it's like, okay, let me stick to what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
And then like I found out, like just being on the internet, you find like other like artists that are doing the same shit as you. So it's like I started to like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, how can I get in that circle? So I started fucking with different producers, and that's really what it was. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope. Hey, yo, Ron, how do you knowing, you know, seeing the change in music and things like that? It's funny you mentioned that, and being able to stick with, you know, what it is that you really about. It's funny, we was having a conversation like that in my barbershop this weekend. We got two factions in the shop. It's a couple of old school cats in there that's been cutting hair for like 30, 40 years. And then you got the young crew in there. So on Saturday mornings, they like to listen to the throwback station. Listen to all that blues and shit.
Hell yeah.
And one of the young cats that cuts hair in there for whatever reason, he ain't like that shit that day. He was like, man, I get tired of this shit, man. He like, I just don't like these songs. I don't like the chord progression. He like, I don't like none of this shit.
The chord progression. Man, what the fuck is he talking about?
This is Jabron. You know?
Oh, what?
Yeah, he was in there salty as fuck.
Jabron, what's wrong with you,
man,
dude?
He was in there salty as fuck. But I quit back at him. I was like, you know what? I hear what you're saying, man. It's not the greatest music in the world. I was like, but guess what? I bet this motherfucker out on tour right now. I bet everywhere he go, the old bitches and the big bitches be throwing their draws at him. I bet he got a pocket full of money, right, man. The shop was going crazy. So what I'm asking you is, like, knowing what's popular right now, how do you take it upon yourself to stay in your lane when it could be very easy for you to do what everybody else is doing?
The thing that just keeps me doing what I do is that, like, you know, I feel like I'm the best at what I do. So it's like, you get what I'm saying? Why do some other shit? Like, that's not really authentic to me. You get what I'm saying? And it's like, I just look at like for instance, like rappers that have long ass careers is because they're really rapping about some shit. You get what I'm saying? Like,
that's very true. That's a great point.
It's like all these new rappers, it's cool. They be a flash in the pan, but it's like, it's easy to do what the fuck they do, so it's easy to get replaced. It's like every couple months this rapper's the biggest thing. By the end of the year, it's like he's forgotten. You get what I'm saying? Like all the rappers who blew up all crazy over the years, all the niggas is gone.
No doubt.
You get what I'm saying? Like Designer was like the biggest shit. And now he's fucking finished.
You're right.
Fetty was like the biggest shit. Now he's finished. Like a lot of these niggas, it's like, yo, you could do that, but it's like that whole game is like, okay, the next person that sounds just like him is gonna take his place.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like if you jump into that, it's like by the time you get your foot planted, they already moved you out the way for the next person who just like sounds like you but a little bit different.
Right.
Like all these rappers that are in the mainstream, like they literally sound exactly the same.
Right. Yo, I
haven't
heard.
The only ones that have lasted through the generations or have long careers are the ones who are actually saying shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, look at like Drake or Lil Wayne. Like, them niggas been in the game for mad long, but it hasn't even been that long though. But like as far as Drake, but
you look at Drake's career. Like, you look at Drake's career versus a Designer or a Young Thug or one of these NBA young fools, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's definitely a big difference there.
Well, here's the crazy thing, man. So it's funny. It's funny you bring that up, Romes, because over the weekend I was listening to. Actually, I had not listened to Drink Champs in a while, and Timbaland was on Drink Champs, right? So I was listening to the Timbaland episode over the weekend, and the topic of Drake comes up. And Timbaland basically said, he's like, look, man, he's like, Drake is getting ready to become like the new OG. Like he's getting ready to be like the OG of this generation. And it's just like Rome, you're just saying like it hasn't been that long, but like when you look back at it, like last night, for example, I was sitting on the couch with the wife and an SNL rerun came up, right? And fucking the musical guests were Eminem and Lil Wayne. It was from fucking 2010.
That's crazy.
I'm like, oh my God, like it's been a decade. Yeah. Over a decade since these fucking guys like Wayne and Drake like really super popped and like
it's crazy. It hasn't been that long,
Drake
but
been
who
out
else?
Since like 2006.
Oh yeah.
2007, 2008. That's 10 years ago. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like 10 years is a long career, and he's been at a high level the whole time. You know what I'm saying?
And when you look at it like that, who else can you throw that title to?
Yeah,
there ain't a lot of dudes you could throw that title to.
Yo, best I ever had is about to be on an old school station.
Look at a nigga like Jadakiss. Jadakiss been in the game since 96.
Yeah.
And he could still drop something right now, and the people will receive it. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
Yeah.
Fabulous been in the game since 98. And he could still, you know what I'm saying? He's still here. He's still here. Mad rappers done disappeared. If you following a gimmick, that shit is gonna go. If you making trendy shit, it's gonna disappear. But if you stay in your lane and carve your own lane and do something that nobody else do or be known for doing this, you know what I'm saying? It's like I just look at it like anybody can make the shit that's fucking coming out in the mainstream today.
Right.
Anybody could do it. It's like, you understand what I'm saying? A rapper you don't even have to be a rapper. Once you get like 50,000 followers, like, okay, I'm going to rap now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then somehow your shit gets 1 million views, and then you got a deal. You're not actually a fucking dope artist. You're just like a person who got pulled on the internet, so you trying to drive all that traffic to whatever bullshit song you put out. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, that's not really art. It's just a finesse. You get what I'm saying? So that shit doesn't last. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like a fucking ATM spitting out money. Once the shit stops coming out, it's like, what the fuck you gonna do after that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Wow. That's what that shit is like. It's like, you know what I mean? I'm good where I'm at because I'm still climbing. You get what I'm saying? I'm literally still climbing. Like, I met my favorite rapper the other day, and he was like, yo, you're fucking dope. Like, you got it already. Don't even wait for me to pass the torch. Keep killing shit. And I'm like, yo, it's been fucking less than a year since I've actually been in the people's, like, eye. And I already caught the attention of, like, one of my favorite rappers.
Yeah.
So
Who's
it's
that,
like, all right, cool. I'm doing the right thing.
Who's that, Rome?
And I met a bunch of people that are as far as like this type of music that I do, this peer group, like I've met all of them, like all of the top dogs, and they all knew who I was. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, I haven't even been in this shit for that long, and I'm already on y'all radar, and y'all already respect what I do. So it's like, all right, now I'm gonna just go in overdrive because it's only gonna go up. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, I'm not gonna change up. I'm gonna just get better at doing what I do already.
Yeah,
you know
it's interesting, Rome, because obviously on the show here we play only new music, right? And then you know when I play out here in Atlanta or wherever I may be, you know when I have the opportunity to play new shit, it's always interesting to see like who comes up to me afterwards to ask. Yo, what was that song, or who was that, or what was this? Yeah. And dude, I'm telling you, without fail, and I'm telling you, man, when Wickedest Thing dropped, man, I was playing that motherfucker literally every fucking time that I could. And without fail, every time I played that joint, someone would come up to me and be like, yo, what was that one joint with the da 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 da. I was just like, oh, that was a Rome Streetz shit, you know, like it's just so crazy, man. You know, and like, and it's ill too because it's like, you know, it's folks like in Meeks and I's peer group, you know, like we're 40 plus, right? So and then it's like young kids too, right? Like it's like cats in their 20s and shit. Like it's just so interesting, man, to see, you know, whether it's your music or, you know, a lot of the peers that you kind of roll with, like, you know, like Danielson and Crime Apple and, you know, Jamal and, you know, all those dudes. Like, it's just so interesting to see this whole, like, this kind of like, I don't want to say new breed, but just kind of like this reboot of this real hip hop shit, man. In 2018,
yeah, it's like a
crazy.
rebirth. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's like, even though it never went nowhere, it's just like, it just looks like a movement. You get what I'm saying? Even though everybody's like doing their own shit, it's like a resurgence of this type of rap. You get what I'm saying?
It's the best time for it to stand out right now because all other music is just so garbage.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, it's just mad cookie cutter. You get what I'm saying? It's like nothing below the surface. It's just, you get what I'm saying? Like this, you know, like no disrespect to all these other artists in the mainstream, but it's like, this shit is just one level. You get what I'm saying? It's like, imagine if they never had no jewelry. What would they rap about? Majority of the fucking songs that you hear is just about jewelry.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? Like, all these mainstream artists, like, besides Drake or somebody, but like you listen to the Migos, they're literally saying the same shit in every fucking song.
Pretty much.
Every single song. You get what I'm saying? A lot of these artists are.
Yeah.
It's just a different beat.
Yeah.
So it's like when you hear our shit, it's like, okay, they talking about this, they going this way. It's like it's more depth to it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, you know, everything is a cycle. The fans is eventually they gonna get tired of listening to this shit. You get what I'm saying? It's
well,
like,
we hope so.
Eventually, but you know, it takes time for people to catch on. It takes time for people to catch on. This whole scene that we on right now, in a couple years, when people catch on, they're gonna be like, wow, you get what I'm saying? Like everybody, all my peers, like we gonna be legends real soon. You understand what I'm saying? Because we doing legendary shit, and the mainstream is literally tapping into what we doing. They just not telling you, but it's like they like now they want to bring out cassette tapes and shit. You get what I'm saying? I see fucking Nas did a cassette tape. It's like, what? You get what I'm saying? Like we do. Oh, now everything is back on vinyl. Like, yo.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Yeah, you're right. Shit's definitely coming back around,
Trust me,
man.
They paying attention.
Yeah.
It's
I know.
That they want to steal it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Nas and Kanye biting Architect and Noah the Flood. I mean, you know.
Exactly.
No doubt. No doubt. That's what's up.
So Rome, did you when did you decide that you were just gonna unleash the fury in 2018? Like was this methodical or was this just happenstance that you just had your foot on their neck in 2018?
Honestly, it just turned out like that. You know what I'm saying? It's because I see everybody else churning out music. It's like, okay, I dropped the friggin' The Streets Keep Calling Me in the beginning of the year. And then people was fucking with it, you know what I'm saying? It gained a lot of traction. And then like I was working on Street Farmacy, but then it's like I could see that people wanted more, you get what I'm saying? Because you got other artists, they dropping shit like every week. Even though I'm not trying to do shit like that, but it's like, okay, I got their attention. I'm not going to wait 5 more months to drop something. So then I did the Noise Candy shit just to be like, all right, let me give the fans something before I give them the main course. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Because not for nothing, like, the fucking attention spans are so short nowadays. You get what I'm saying? It's like people want instant gratification. I remember before, like a rapper, he probably dropped 1 album in a year, and everybody was satisfied with that. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I just look at like the people who are the leaders of this shit. Like if you look at Gazelle, they drop shit every couple months
On the regular,
so it's like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Like if you want to get to their level, you kind of gotta like you know what I'm saying, match that work ethic.
Yeah,
it doesn't have to be exactly the same, but it's like, okay, they're at the top because they're consistently dropping. So at the end of the day, it's like you want to consistently drop too to try to build up more traction. And I notice like every time I drop something, I just get more and more new fans, new interactions, new opportunities. So it's like, okay, I want to keep that going.
But Ron,
so
would you also like to be able to get more run out of a project? I mean, just looking at,
of course.
Just looking at, you know, a couple of your joints, man. There's a lot of, you know, produced, you know, Street Farmacy produced entirely by Farma Beats. But you got a lot of features on there, and you got, you know, digital, you got CDs, you got tees and vinyl, like the Noise Candy 2, the re-up just dropped this month.
Couple weeks ago.
You know, a gang of producers, a lot of features and stuff like that. You know, yeah, you wanna match that work ethic, but would it also be beneficial to be able to get more run out of these projects?
Yeah, no, that's true. You know, it's the crazy thing is that I wasn't gonna drop nothing else after Street Farmacy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I was just gonna be like, all right, let that shit live, let it breathe. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that was like a dope project, and I didn't want to overshadow it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Because it's like a month, 2 months, 3 months later, people still discovering it. It was, you know, crazy. I only dropped. It took me like 2 days to be like, you know what? I just woke up one day like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna drop something else. Because I was always working. Like after Street Farmacy, because it was with one producer, I still had a bunch of producers hitting me up. I was doing a lot of shit. And it was like I just collected a bunch of songs. So it's like, you know what? Like I wasn't going to drop shit. And then one day I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Let me give him a Noise Candy Part 2. Just because. You get what I'm saying? Just about to be the end of the year. Let me give him something. Let me give him something. Because not for nothing, like the shit that I have already in the stash for 2019 is like, you know what? I already know what I'm doing for next year. So let me just end this year off with something. You get what I'm saying? Because I ride and listen to all these tracks I done did, and it's like, shit's fire. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? I don't want my shit to get stale. Like I record a song in January, I ain't gonna put it out till next March. It's like, nah, like, you know what I'm saying? By the time that is, like, I done elevated my craft. So it's like, all right, let me throw that out there. Like Noise Candy, that shit is just like, it's just like how 50 was dropping mad mixtapes and then his album came. This is like the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I got more potent shit in the stash. Trust me.
Okay.
I made that Noise Candy shit in like a day.
Okay.
Yo, me and Meeks were tearing the studio up when we dropped that Columbian Neck Ties shit with fucking LSG and Agallah.
That's fucking crazy.
Woo! Oh man,
that song is crack. I'm not gonna lie.
No doubt. No doubt. Yeah.
Out of all those joints, that's the one I had in the stash for a while. Okay. And that was like one of my favorite shits. I'm like, yeah, I gotta drop that. I gotta drop it. Yeah.
So how'd that happen, Rome? How'd that collab come about?
Funny. I had met Illa G at Shade 45 one time. I was up there and shit. I did a freestyle on DJ Eclipse show, and I had met Illa G. You know what I'm saying? Like, just growing up, I've always been a fan of like Mobb Deep, that whole camp. So it's like it was just dope to meet him, and we talked. And Agallah, one of my homies or whatever, he's a producer. He has a studio, and you know, like he fucks with our music hard. So him and Agallah is cool. So I guess he must have been showing Agallah my shit. And just one night, it was like 3 a.m. Agallah just called my phone, like, yo, what's good? I'm like, who is this? He's like, yo, Agallah. I'm like, how the fuck this thing? I'm like, whatever. I'm there. He's like, yo, I'm with your homie. I'm like, oh, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? And I always known who Agallah was, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Because the first time I heard him was on fucking Grand Theft Auto, like, probably almost a lot of different people. So I was like, shit. You know what I'm saying? He's a legend. And then I was a big fan of Dipset. You know what I'm saying? He was a part of that whole camp too. Yeah. So it was like, yo, he made some legendary shit. You
Absolutely.
know what I'm saying? So it was like, let me talk with him. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that came about. And then it's crazy because one day I was chilling with Sean and he was like, yo, you want to do some shit with Illa G? I'm like, yeah. So like him and Sean know each other too.
Yep.
So I just happened to be going to the studio, so we picked up Illa G, and then Agallah was in the studio. So that's how that collab kind of came about. You know what I'm saying? That's probably the first song that them two even had together. So it was like, all right, you know what I'm saying? We just made that shit happen one time.
Yeah. Nice.
That was dope.
So talk to us real quick about
I'm always open to working with legends, you know what I'm saying? Like people who done this before me, because at the end of the day, it's like they got the knowledge, you know what I'm saying? They know what's up.
Yeah. And that's at the end of the day, that's who you need to be surrounding yourself with. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you kind of get, I'm saying collaborations is how you get yourself out there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, hell yeah.
No doubt.
They legends that have their own fan base that people respect. So it's like me just being on a song with them is like dope to me.
Dope.
So Rome, did you know or meet Farma being in London? Or like, how did that?
Oh, nah.
Okay.
I met Farma on fucking, I heard one of his shits on SoundCloud. You get what I'm saying? Actually, working with Farma is probably what got me out there a little bit further too. Like before we even did Street Pharmacy. Like, I heard one of his tracks that he did for Mark Hami. It's like I was fucking with Mark Hami shit hard. Like he's a dope artist that I like or whatever. So I heard one of the beats. I'm like, yo, this beat is fucking crazy. Like, you get what I'm saying? And like in the back of my mind, it's like, you know what? I just reach out to people, because sometimes people miss opportunities because in their mind they think, oh, they're never gonna respond.
Right.
So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Like I just sent him a message. I think it was on SoundCloud, or it may have been on Twitter. I can't remember. I sent him a message like, yo, your beats are dope. Like, how can I, you know what I'm saying? How can I fuck with you? How can I work with you? And I tagged him to one of my shit, and he's like, oh, you're fired. Like, you can have this beat for free. I was like, okay.
Just like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's dope. And then he's like, yo, would you mind doing, hopping on my project? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm doing a collaboration project with a bunch of different artists. I'd like to get you on it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yeah, sure, fuck it. Like, just get it. And then he put me on, he sent me a track. The first track I did with Farma was Jimmy Jump. And then he sent me another track with Smooth and SD Knack. And I had never even heard of them before. I'm like, all right, cool.
Okay.
I got on the track, and then I started listening to them. And then just by listening to them two, I kind of found a whole bunch of other rappers. I'm like, okay, it's mad artists that's actually doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not just fucking Rock Marciano and Griselda. There's like a bunch of other artists that's like really rapping. So it's like, okay, that shit inspired me to go even further with the shit. Like, all right, cool. So then I started reaching out to all these rappers, or, you know, they heard my shit just off of that tape, and then it just started snowballing from there. But like, I just met Farma on the internet, and then after those two joints, he's like, "Yo, you want to do an album? You want to like do a collab?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, fuck it." You know what I'm saying? At first, I was only gonna do like a couple songs, but then he just kept sending bang after bang
that fucking
after
heat.
bang.
Farma's
like,
got those joints, yeah, man.
Yeah, and it was like, you know,
in
the back of my mind, I'm like, yeah. It's better for me to like collaborate with somebody that's far away. So that will like get my shit out there even further. You get what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
It's like, yo, I could collab with a producer from New York, but it's like, if he just has a New York fan base, I'm not really gonna get further than where I'm already at. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
The Farma, he's all in Europe. It's like, yo, I want some European spins. You know what I'm saying? I want those spins over there, because I'm like, yo, they're the ones that really appreciate this rap shit.
Exactly.
Not saying we don't over here, but it's like,
it's different over there though.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like every rapper over here wants to go and fucking tour in Europe.
Oh yeah.
Because they really like appreciate it. It's not about the trend. They just love hip hop. In New York, it's like trendy shit. Before they want to hear you rap, it's like, yo, how many followers do you have? What the fuck does that have to do with my rhyme scheme?
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm like,
they got
all
that
right.
festival bread over there
in
too.
the back of my mind, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna OD in Europe, like, because even before that, I did like a little mixtape, that Narco Lingo shit. That's with a producer from Spain, so that was in the back of my mind anyway. Like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how that kind of happened. Yeah, Farma's the homie, man. Like,
that's a good way to move. That's a good way to move, bro. I appreciate that,
hell
man. Yeah, that's a
it's
great
like,
way
I
to
kind
move.
of had to develop my own marketing strategies with this shit because, you know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't mainstream rap. Like, you can kind of just figure out your own niche with this shit and then create your own fan base just through it. You get what I'm saying? Like, every day I'm discovering something new. Like, all these different radio shows that play shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of things I'm just discovering every day. It's like, yo, where the fuck was this? Like, you wouldn't even, you know what I'm saying? You wouldn't even know this shit existed if, like, you didn't put yourself in the realm of it. You get what I'm saying? Like, I was in a taxi the other day, and I get to the taxi, and the driver's playing some old Illmatic shit. I'm like, yeah, this that shit. He's like, man, I miss this kind of shit, bro. I'm like, yo, it's out there. He's like, yo, nah, man, it ain't really too much rappers. Like, yo, the only rappers that's really rapping right now is like Dave East. And I'm like, yo, son, Dave East is fucking mainstream. Like, you wanna hear some rap? Like, I'm like, yo, I started putting him on to different artists. I'm like, yo, listen to my shit. He's like, oh, this shit is crazy. I'm like, yo, it's a whole bunch of us out there.
No
you
doubt.
know what I'm saying? That's doing this shit. It's like,
that's dope.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you being in the desert and there's like a whole fucking spot with water, but you don't know about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, once you find it, it's like, whoa, this is where all this rap shit been.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's right here.
Yeah,
that happens to us multiple times a week, Rome. Like, somebody will hit us out of nowhere, like, holy shit, I just found a podcast. And Jesus Christ, like, how have I not known about this, man? And like, they're just so happy to see that, you know, the real shit is still there, it's still living.
Man, it's just been an awesome experience, man. It's almost like what's the word I'm looking for? Just discovering hip hop all over again. You know what I'm saying?
It is.
Yeah. And the wildest shit about it is it's not, you know, John told you we 40 plus, but it's like the cats that we coming across now, they young cats.
Right.
And they doing it the right way. And it's just like, how can you front on that shit? You can't front on that shit. It's hard to ask a young dude to do some shit the way that his forefathers did it. You know what I'm saying? When you got all this fresh, you know, thugged out trap music popping off and all these designer drugs and shit that come with the territory and all, it's hard to get a young cat to turn his head to that, man. But when they do and they end up loving this shit and they get behind it and start doing it like that, man, you got to show them love, man. Got to show them love for that, man.
Hell yeah. Because I remember it was just fucking Action Bronson and Rock Marcy doing this type of shit.
No doubt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
And now it's like, mad, a bunch of us.
It's
you know
a
what
gang.
I'm saying?
It's
Carrying
a whole,
that torch.
yeah, it's a whole squad now, man. So cats got to get behind it, man, and keep it pushing. Keep pushing
and
this shit.
And everybody's working together. It's like the new golden era.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Rome, what's up with Bad Influence, man? Tell us about that. You kind of got a roster or a bunch of folks?
Oh, that's like my imprint, man. That's just gonna keep growing. Right now, it's me. I got my producer, the artivist. I got China Streetz. She's a dope artist. She's gonna be dropping some shit. She has shit out there. Sean, he's like, you know what I mean? He's like fucking Name Dash kind of. We got another producer, Wavy the God. So we just like a collective, you get what I'm saying? But it's like we haven't really made anything official, but it's official. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it's like that's gonna keep growing. But you know, that's just the imprint. That's the umbrella.
Dope.
You know what I'm saying?
Be looking out for it, man.
All right. Who else? Who else should we?
We're gonna be dropping some shit.
All right. So what can we expect in 2019, man? Because I actually a couple hours ago I hit Futurewave, and he was kind enough to hit me.
Yeah, he told me.
Yeah, he did. He actually he hit me with the joint, and you know, I've been talking with him. I talked with Future a good bit, and
yeah, Future is the homie.
Yeah, man, he's been talking about the project you guys got, and you know, we got a little exclusive we're gonna drop on him this week, but I know that's coming, right? That's coming soon.
Yeah, hell yeah, that's coming. We just, it's actually wrapped up. We just in the post-production stages right now.
Okay.
So you could look. I don't actually have a date for it, but you know what I'm saying. Everything is getting finalized. So that's coming.
Okay.
2018. I got I'm working on another project with my producer, the Artivist. That's almost done. We don't have a date for it, but it's sounding like crazy right now. Like I just recorded probably like 7 songs the other day. So that shit is gonna be so fire. That's coming. Got a project. It's me, Riggs, Mooch, Sauce Heights. We working on some shit.
Okay.
That's in the final stages. That shit might even be done already. But you know, that's something that those 3 are definitely coming.
Okay.
And then just a shitload of features. Like I've done so many features last year. I mean, this year that haven't even come out yet. You know what I'm saying? There's only 1 day left in this year. So next year, you could just expect to hear me with a bunch of more different artists or a bunch of artists that I've already done shit with. You know what I'm saying? That's going to come out. Videos, couple other surprise things that I can't really let out the bag. But like, yeah, 2019 is gonna be ill, man. It's gonna definitely be ill.
Yo, when I went into
I'll be
Serato,
around doing more fucking shows in different places.
Yeah,
I can say that. You know what I'm saying?
Word. When I went into Serato and typed in Rome Streetz like tonight,
yeah,
and looked at like it was like 3 pages of features. Like,
oh yeah,
on top, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's literally like, I think there were literally like 60 songs that had Rome on it.
Yeah.
Either his shit or, you know, somebody other shit
else's
that he was
yeah.
featured on.
Hell yeah.
What were you gonna say, Meek?
I was just gonna say, Rome, this interview gonna drop top of the new year 2019, man. But with us being still in 2018, right here and right now, and when you look back over your year for 2018. Is there anything you want to get off your chest or like leave in 2018? You know what I'm saying, and leave it there and not take it with you in 2018. This
maybe
your,
a warning.
You know what I'm saying? This your opportunity to speak on it, man.
The floor is yours, Rome.
I would say damn, that's a good question. The only shit I want to leave in 2018 is anything that was possibly holding me back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, this year is overdrive. Like, it's crazy. Like, okay, 2018, I was just doing shit as I went along. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of the projects that I dropped, they was made right then and there. It's like what I'm doing going into 2019, it's like a lot of the shit I'm going to drop is already done. So it's just me determining when I'm going to let it go.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So now it's like I have more time to strategize and work. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm going to do a Street Farmacy part 2. But
I was going to ask for that.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah, that's definitely coming. But it's like my aim was like, okay, I definitely got 3 solid projects that's dropping this year. So this whole year is me working on, all right, put like this. 2018, I was working on like 3-4 projects at a time. You know what I'm saying? 2019 is solely dedicated to Street Farmacy too. Like all my writing, like of course I'm gonna work with other artists doing features, but like I literally want to work on just one album. I want to take a whole year to make Street Farmacy Part 2.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
And you can do that. You can do that because a lot of the stuff that you dropping in 2019 is already done. And I got you. Okay, so you done the work already.
All these projects, it's like damn near finished. Like the Futurewave shit, that's done. That's in post production.
Okay.
So it's like it's just on Futurewave to put the sauce on it. Like all my parts is finished.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? The other album that I have with the Artivist, I probably have to just record 2 more songs.
Okay.
But I wrote them already. So it's just when I go in the studio. The other joint project with Riggs and them, that shit is done. I did all my parts already. So only thing we're gonna be doing is shooting videos and shit.
All right.
So it's like the whole year I just want to work on it. Farma hasn't sent me no beats yet, but it's like that's my aim. You get what I'm saying? Like that's what I want to do. Because out of all the projects that I did drop this year, I took the most time doing Street Farmacy. And it showed, you know what I'm saying? That's probably like, that shit popped up on so many different like lists. People like, yo, this is one of my favorite albums. Yeah. And it's crazy. Like that shit is just like so dope to me that shit is on mad. I've probably seen like 10 different lists in the past 2 weeks. And one album that was always on there was my shit. So, okay, cool. Like,
that's real.
These people don't even owe me nothing to place it on there. So it's like, yo, I did something great. Like, okay, I know the type of effort that I have to put into a release to make it clip, like, you mean? To make it hit like that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Like, when I take my time with something, that's when it's way more deadly.
That's good to hear, Rome.
Hell yeah.
I'm glad I'm glad you're self-aware like that because a lot of folks aren't, you know?
Yeah.
Nah, because, you know, like, I'm the type of person, like, okay, when I record shit, you know how some artists, it's like, they be like, oh, let's go to the studio. And then they make the song in the studio. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the type of person, I like to just create on my own time. Like, the studio is like, just for recording for me. Like, I've done songs where I just made them on the spot, but it's like, I don't like to put a box over my creativity. So it's like, okay, if we in the studio for 2 hours, damn, I gotta write this song and record it in this space of time. Where it's like, you know what I mean? Like, I like to just write when I get the feeling. Yeah. And I like to take my time, you know what I'm saying? I don't like to rush nothing when it comes to creating. So it's like, if it takes me a whole day to write a 16, then that's what happens. You know what I'm saying? But when it takes me that long, it's like the illest shit. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
So it's like, okay, I like to take my time. I like to really put all my thoughts and effort into all of this shit. So it's like, that's my best work.
Yes,
so
sir.
I always known that. Like that's always been my process for years. You know what I'm saying? I probably just started writing in the studio this year.
Yeah, good man.
Oh yeah.
It takes a lot for somebody to realize that. So Rome, why don't you lead the folks with all your social media, your internets, like, and more importantly, where they can go cop some shit and support you. We'll just leave it like that.
Yeah, it's Rome on Instagram. It's Rome Streetz, like ROMESTREETZ. Twitter is Rome_Streetz. Bandcamp is Bandcamp.Rome Streetz, or however that shit is. It's just Rome Streetz. Like, if you literally Google that shit, all that shit will come up.
Yeah, it will come up.
The Street Farmacy cassettes is dropping probably in a month or two.
Okay.
On Fuck Rap, the label.
Okay.
The Noise Candy CD is dropping next week. It's a double CD, actually. You know what I'm saying? It got part 1 and part 2 on it.
Oh, word, okay.
And it got a bonus track. The vinyl, the Street Farmacy vinyl, you can order them right now, but I'm probably going to mail them out in like a couple weeks because I'm getting like new updated artwork. So, you know what I'm saying? Even though like I put the orders up a while ago, I still haven't mailed them out because I kind of want to give everybody the best product. Like I could have mailed them out before, but I wasn't happy with how the artwork came out. So it's like I wanted to redo that shit because in my mind it's like I don't want to just give out a half-ass product. You get what I'm saying? Like this is my legacy. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? You got to be exactly what I I want. You know what I'm saying? Like, all the fans have been patient, so I really appreciate them and shit. But like, those are the releases that's dropping. I got some dope merch about to drop too. I don't know when, but like, I got my idea for some ill ass merch, like some ill shit that's coming out real soon.
All right,
so that's that. Couple videos.
All right.
It's one thing that I'm super duper excited for, but it's like I can't even say it. But once that shit drops, y'all gonna be like, oh, dope shit. Real dope shit. Real dope shit that I did.
Well, Rome, that's what's up, man. We appreciate you, man. Appreciate you taking the time to talk to us, man.
Appreciate
you know what I'm saying? Keep sending us the joints, man. We got you covered over here, no problem.
Oh, peace, man. I gotta tell you, it's gonna be a lot of joints.
We'll play them. Don't even worry about that shit. We got you, man. We looking forward to it.
We ready.
Yeah,
all right.
That's what's up, man.
All right,
Rome. Happy New Year to you, brother.
Yes, sir. Happy New Year, man. Yeah, Rome Streetz. Noise Candy 2 is out now. Street Farmacy's out now. Noise Candy Volume 1 with motherfucker with a fucking... You seen the amount of coke that motherfucker's trying to sniff on Noah?
Ron, was that a real picture, man, of Mike Tyson with the coke on his nose?
Yeah, man. Yo, you know what's fucking crazy about that? Is that fucking... I had to put a new cover on that because they're like, yo, that shit too graphic, man. Like,
what?
This is a big publication that wanted to fucking do an article on that shit. And they was like, yo, man, you got to change the cover, man.
That's crazy.
I'm like, oh, man.
Really?
That's crazy.
It's like my covers be kind of too graphic, man. But it's like, yo.
People really are watching,
catch everybody's eye, man. You got to catch that. You know what I'm saying? The artwork is what draws people in. They may not know you. But it's like, I listen to a lot of shit just because it had dope art. Like, oh, shit,
that's real.
Yeah.
Yo, that's a real picture of Mike with the coke on his nose.
Oh, man, Mike was a wild boy, man. Mike was a wild boy, man.
Oh, God.
Mike Tyson was that dude, legend, man. No doubt. No doubt. Coke and all.
That's Brooklyn right there, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's Brooklyn. Yeah, exactly. That's a fact.
Rome, stay up, homie, man. We got, like I said, we got you, man. We looking forward to all the newness, man. We appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, appreciate you guys, man.
Yeah,
all right, have a good one.
Thank you, brother.
Peace.
No doubt.
Rome Streetz is the best, man. He the best.
Love that. Yo, that's the energy we need to pop 2019.
I'm telling you, man. That top of the year, that was it.
Yo, perfect.
That was it right there. That's classic New York right there. I'm sorry.
Bro.
I'm sorry.
Yo, that is the definition of the shit that we do week after week.
That's it, man.
It gets no better.
Nothing but the fly shit, man. Woo! Only the best.
Only the best.
Only the best, man.
Southern Vanguard Radio.
We legend.
Twice a week Meeks. Twice a week Doe.
Southern Vanguard Radio, man.
Radio. What's that Smithsonian
grade,
goddammit?
Man.
At Guggenheim grade.
Guggenheim. You know what I'm saying? Perico.
We are the guard.
Uncut.
Happy New Year, you motherfuckers. You lucky fucks.
Bye.